The girl hasn't.
That's later. I can introduce everybody.
Take this time to welcome everybody to the reunion game of two state finals teams from Loogootee. Would like to say that we appreciate these old timers coming back, and that we hope the game ends in a tie and nobody gets hurt.
Especially because nobody gets hurt.
This time we'd like for you to stand for the playing of the school song, and then remain standing, we'll have the national anthem. Now for our national anthem, which will be sung by Jim Trout's daughter, 9-year-old Tony Trout.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars gird the pale
may be the high dollar. Jim Trout better get that girl and age it right now.
Watch out, Jim, or they'll seal that.
We're not going to. I'd like to welcome everybody to the reunion game. Hopefully we'll have a night of fun, a little reminiscing, and I know Loogootee's going to win, and I know there's going to be a pep session afterwards. So stay in your seats, because there'll be a little celebration afterwards. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to Justin Bird, who is the game director. This has been his brainchild, and he's going to introduce the team to you and guide you through the night.
Thank you, Mr. Perez. First of all, we've got a little bit of reminiscing to do tonight. I know that 1970 was the product of the consolidation of the Catholic and public schools in Loogootee, and they captured their first regional over Bloomfield with a score of 55-45 and advanced to the first semi-state in Roberts Stadium. Their task this day was to take on the Evansville Memorial Tigers in the morning, the number 6 ranked team in the state. Powerful offense led by Tony Smith and Brian Kennedy that poured in 32 points that day helped power us over Evansville Memorial 77-71. And then that evening, we were to take on the number 2 ranked team in the state, Seymour Owls. They were 25-0 and consisted of Congressman Barron Hill as a member of their team. In the fourth quarter, Seymour had a lead of 78-75, but Loogootee managed to tie the score and Barron Hill fouled out of the game. And Rex Sleeger was fouled 15 seconds ago, and got a bit of tape from WITZ that covers the rest of that game.
He can really on the owl. Hit it. It's out the shoot. No good. Ball loose. Has to pick it up 5 seconds remaining. Now's the drive. Loose in. No good. Rebound loose. That's up. No good.
With that, here is your 1970 Loogootee Lions team. I'll introduce them first of all with their numbers. Number 12, Bill Harbison. Number 20, Tony Smith. Number 22, Richie Arnold. Number 24, Bernie Dante. Number 30, Jim Trout. Number 40, I know he's injured tonight, Brian Kennedy. Number 42, Paul Berner. number 54, Rex Sager. They are coached by Mr. Tim Nante, their manager. And the managers tonight are Mr. Dave Lett and Mr. John Olson. And the cheerleaders on the squad of that year are Mrs. Debbie Lynch, Kay Joy, Diane Cox, Marcia Smith, and Miriam Gates. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1970 Loogootee line. And the 1975 team proceeded throughout the regular season with a 19-1 record, the only blemish being a forfeit to Shoals. Sorry. They advanced to their semi-state by defeating Seymour as well, and they advanced to take on the tallest team in the state finals in 1975 at Market Square Arena, the Columbus North Bulldogs. The Bulldogs had a front line of 6'4", 6'6", and 6'7", but the line's delay offense destroyed Columbus North's fragmented defense and led them to rout the Bulldogs. In the fourth quarter, the Lions were up by a score of 46-27, and I'll let Bob Simmers take the rest of it for you. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 1975 Loogootee lines. Number 10, Bill Butcher. Number 12, Preston Birch. Number 20, Richard Bledsoe. Number 22, Bob Bell. Number 24, Mike Wagner. Number 30, Kenny Mattingly. Number 34, Dave Strange. Number 42, Paul Hildebrand. Number 44, Mark Riggins. Number 52, Mike Wall. And number 54, Kenny Nick. The managers tonight are Mr. Jason Lockmiller and Mr. Gary Lenz. And the cheerleaders who are here tonight from the 75 squad, Amy Jones, Shirley McAtee, and from the B-team squad of that season, Melanie Music, and Ann Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, your state finalists, Loogootee Lions. And there will be a short program after the game where the players will speak tonight.
Say 8 or 6. You said 6. Hey, you said 8. Hey, Nick. Put 8 up, let it run till 2. All right, kids, listen to it. Yeah.
Keeping the clock running, guys.
That's the boy.
44 or 38.
He's gonna go back out. You really don't know how much that meant to him, you know? Yeah.
They didn't want to look back.
Tell her to give it, you want a picture of her. Her and Amanda and me. All right. Let's take a picture of her then. Patty, do you realize that's the first threes that the Sandy team's ever hit? No foul. What are you doing, 3 out and 2 under or what? Now they're going to hold it, right?
Yeah, now they're going to run it this way. Hit the ball, hit the ball. Foul him! Foul him! Foul him, Jim! Yeah.
He's still competitive. I mean, he's in baseball. Yeah, he's still in baseball. He was really.
Oh, my God.
That's why these guys win games, Scotty, because they compete. That doesn't go away. It might slow down, but just so the other one.
Pass it over there,
If she wins the sections this year, they can play the girls 82.
If we could have your attention, please. We'll try not to take too much of your time, but before we get started with it, I think we should give another round of applause, guys. You did a really great job. As most of you know, through the 70s, and I assume you still do the same thing now after tournament, but we always came back to the gym, and the players were able to do a little talking. Before I get started here, I'd like to recognize a wife or two from the 70s. Rita, if you would stand, where'd Rita go? And my wife, Joyce, if you would stand. They put up with a lot of late nights. I look through the players here, and I look through the crowd, and golly, most of you are much older. Joyce and Rita, you may be the only two who haven't aged, so you've preserved her well.
looked old 30 years ago, and you still look old. With Justin Bird, I don't know if I've come across a more unique individual all my life. I hesitate to call him a pest, but he sure is on the phone a lot. He asked me if I would talk about baseball or basketball for a little bit, and 2.5 hours later he's still at my house. I take a little bit of pride in the fact that Justin is the son of a baseball player, Rocky Bird. Rocky was my offense in '71, my first year as head coach. Rocky would get on base either by a single or walk or get hit by a pitch. The next batter would have to take 2 pitches so he could steal second and steal third. And then either Van Baker or Rex Arvin, they'd butt him in, and that was our offense. So, as I say, it's kind of a unique feeling. You've done a great job. Probably knows more about Loogootee basketball in the '70s than those of us that were there. His website is unreal. I know many years ago, my ambition in keeping track of the records is eventually write in Loogootee history. But I think Justin has one up on me. Did a great job, and as people get older, they'll more and more appreciate what you've done. Now to get on with our program, if our ball players are 75, while I think of it, Jack, I don't think you can count this as a win, as Howard would have done. So, I'm kind of hesitating doing it. 75, if you would come on out, and 70 team, if you would come out, cheerleaders, if you would come on out to the middle floor again, our student managers would come out. Our 70 team with our student managers, one of which, or a couple of which is not here, Dan Holtz is not here. But if you look at what Coach Butcher had in the 70s, we have now a prosecuting attorney who took care of our discipline problems. We have a psychologist, Dr. John Olson, who took care of our head cases. And Kerry Frazier is probably one of the more successful college coaches in the country at Franklin College now. And Kerry really did the coaching. Jack and I just kind of sat on the bench. Our other student managers, as I say, have been quite successful also. From our situation now, guys, don't get so far away. We'll start with the older guys first, and anyone who wants to make a comment, come on up. If you want a representative to handle it, fine. We'll start with the prettiest group. Step back, Harvey. I never thought I'd allow on the floor a guy with long hair and an earring. Time came. Cheerleaders, you want to come forward and say a few words from 70, the older group? No one? That's unusual. Okay. Ball players, we have Jim Trout.
Thank you, Coach. I can't hardly talk, I'm all screaming. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I made a challenge, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago to the 75 team that we need to get a game together. I wish they'd have done it 2 or 3 years ago, though. This has been a lot of fun. Nobody got hurt in the game. We had one minor injury, major injury in the preparation. Brian, we're sorry you couldn't join us. I'm glad you made it, though. Got on the scoreboard. We tried to get the other 4 members of our team here, but for unforeseen reasons and some previous obligations, they couldn't make it. But we wish them well, too. You guys look good. I want to thank Steve Brett for letting my daughter sing the national anthem. She makes me very proud. And I believe we can probably get somebody else up there. Rex Sager. Thanks again, everybody. We love you.
Don't have my breath back yet. Well, I'd like to introduce my wife, since we're introducing some wives around here. Becky, if you stand, she's not from Loogootee, but thank you for coming. I'll just say just a couple of things. I really enjoyed myself tonight, even though it didn't look like it out here maybe, but I probably enjoyed more coming around the group and talking to many of you tonight before the game started. I just want to tell you, Loogootee basketball fans, that I love you. It's great to come home and be with a community that is so into basketball. I carry you with me wherever I go. I can never forget you, and I appreciate the way you receive me every time I come back to town. So thanks a lot.
Guys, would you come forward? This is not church where you all sit in the back. We've got a lot of time for you walking up here. Dr. Nante's next.
Thanks, brother. For those of you who don't remember me, you're forgiven. I was 1970's secret weapon. I was so secret, Mr. Butcher didn't even know I was on the team. Unlike Rex, I enjoy the reception we've had. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm glad this is over with. I want to thank the Jasper contingency back there in the corner, my fans, thanks guys, my teammates, great to see you. Who's got the cooler?
Well, guys, usually I didn't say a lot up here. It may take a half hour tonight. I'm going to say it all night. Thanks to my family, some Jasper people come up to support me. He's not passed out, I'm sure. It's been a lot of fun. There's a few people we probably don't miss. I think they got a better seat in the house than we have. There's Melvin Wyman, Roger, Wayne Flick. There's a half a dozen others. I thought a lot of them today. I've been working on my computer, and I feel like I do a lot of that. This has been a lot of fun. This court seems like, 10 or 15 something longer than it used to be. But maybe 10 or 15 pounds heavier than it used to be. I don't know. Thank you, guys. I just hope you enjoyed it. Come on up, guys. Somebody. Ryan, I'll help you out.
I want to say thanks to Justin for putting this together. He's done a super job. And no doubt Rex Sager said it best when he applauded the fans and the Loogootee community for all the support and the greetings that we do receive when we return back home. We do thank you. And one last comment. I wanted to do something that was very noteworthy, but I didn't plan on doing the moonwalk out there a while back, but was looking forward to it. I put it about a 6-point favorite. Good thing I didn't go down to and book it that way. You guys look great. Thanks a lot. Tony Smith.
That's me.
My cheer block is my family. Thanks for coming. I don't know if you remember this, but I did an awful lot of talking about 30 years ago, and I want to make it really brief. I'm glad we did tonight. I had a great time. Let's never do it again. I'd like to thank Justin again for putting this together and being so persistent. These calls at least a half a dozen times, and if anybody hasn't had a chance to visit the website, it's a rather spiritual experience on that. Thank you for that. And I come from Chicago with my 3 sons, Tyler, Nicholas, and Jameis, and
Go, Paul. Hey, would you?
I'd like to also thank y'all for coming.
Give me a tape.
I never was very good at the story thing. I just like to thank my wife for putting up with the last 20 years. And all you fans, it's always been great. And just continue. Thank you.
No, it's it.
Student manager, John
Open it up. Sip, sip.
Olson. Anyone else over here? Dr. Chan.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I really forgot something. I opened Pandora's box. Rita and Joyce, when I introduced you, I forgot these guys are married and got kids.
All the chances that I had to do it in 75, I not once was invited to come up here and speak. Thank you. I would like to thank the 70 cheerleaders. I was in 6th grade when I had to say that. But I looked up to you. They were wonderful to watch. This is the truth. And I was very thrilled when I found out that you were all coming. So I made sure I was going to be here. So thank you, ladies, for coming. And I also like to thank Justin, because I've made a new friend through this. Thank you.
Any other student manager? We'll go with you. Please outdo the 70 guys. Come on, that's the way. We have an entrepreneur here.
Thanks a lot, Justin, for putting this together. Like Tim said, he called me one night and said he'd have a minute to talk. Wrong minute. But my business lets me travel around a little bit, and I was in Indianapolis Friday morning for a meeting, and as soon as they find out where you're from, the first thing the guy asked me said, "Is that old guy still coaching?" That's telling the truth, and I said, "Yeah, he's still there. He'll be there for a while longer." But that's, you know, as soon as I hear the name Loogootee, that's the first thing they think about is the basketball team. And it'll be like that forever, I think.
And the ball players, do you want to go by who has the most hair, least hair, greatest hair? How do we want to do this? Wait. Coach, I think we should have had an offensive line in football here. There's Coach Walker.
First of all, we want to thank Justin for what he's done. He called me at 10 o'clock last night, had a microphone, we'll fix this. You can relax, man, everything's fine, we got it done. Everybody had a great time. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I just don't apologize for beating you guys. We weren't going to pray, but you made us mad. We had to come out and do something. Jim Krause has practiced the last 5 Sundays in a row, and I tell you what, I'm not surprised. He's been playing like that for 5 weeks. He was tough to handle. I want to thank the cheerleaders for coming out. All you guys. Kenny Manley came all the way from Las Vegas. Didn't bring any money, but he came from Las Vegas. It's great to see everybody. Like Tony Smith said, it'll be hard to do this 30 years from now. But we had a great time, and there's a lot of thirsty gentlemen sitting over here, so they made me talk, so they want to get this over with. And hope everybody makes it home safe and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Are you sure someone else wants to say Mike speaks for y'all? You don't look thirsty to me. My group's going to run lines when this is over. That's the way it happens.
Hey, I'm not bashful. Justin, I want to thank you also. Justin approached me last spring, and I thought, man, this is the last thing I need to be doing, you know. But I told him, I said, if you get all the team together, I'll come and play. And he did a good job. Good job. Deputy Steve, I talked to you guys. These guys were playing, and they wanted to win, and I was really impressed. They came out and played good. The only thing I wanted to say, I was sitting over here and watching a lot of the first 5 that played in 75, and it brought back a lot of memories. and these guys, it looked just like it did 25 years ago, and maybe not as fast, but the same thinking. So I just want to lift you guys up a little bit. You look good. So anyway, thank you very much.
I'm looking at Brian here. We're never going to hear the end of this now, are we, folks? It's always going to be, yeah, but if they had candy. Well, another 30 years we'll try it again. I tell you, I feel like I'm in somewhat of a unique situation here because as little Jack and baby Butch, I watched these guys grow up, although I wasn't too far behind them. And it was, people talk about the 70 and 75 team, but there's some things that I think are distinctive between the two. And one of the things is on the 70 team, some of us will remember in here with consolidation, that wasn't exactly the wasn't the smoothest transition, if you will, with the two high schools in town coming together as one. But this team, this group of guys, I really admire, as well as the fans for that particular period of time, because when this community came together as a team, as a high school, as a community of Loogootee, that certainly set the tone for the success that we experienced thereafter. If the 70 team doesn't go to the state finals, I don't know if anybody ever goes to the state finals again for Loogootee. They certainly blazed the trail, and they did so in a very fine fashion. And they did so under extraordinary circumstances. And guys, I got a real softness in my heart for you. Thanks for coming, guys. The real truth of it is, I didn't know these guys real well growing up. I always idolized them and everything. Playing with both ball in the gym the last 3 or 4 weeks now. I've got to know them. I don't like any of them. But the 75 team, guys, it's been great. We saw some just flashes of brilliance out there. Our varsity game looked a little bit better than our layup this time around, but it's been a real pleasure to be a part of this group of gentlemen, and I hold a real soft spot in my heart for both teams. Thanks everybody for coming out.
Anyone else for 70? 70 could stay there a minute. I hate to break the news to you, but in the contract that we signed with Justin, since the 70 group is 5 years older, 36 and 5 is 41. Congratulations. Getting near the end, Dr. Green, in the past we'd have a superintendent come down and speak. I don't know how old you were when these guys were young, but we'd appreciate a few words of your thoughts.
Good evening to all the fans. Thank you for coming out to support this worthwhile project. I'd also like to thank the players, both years, cheerleaders, coaches, managers, for being willing to come out here and put your life on the line like this. What else could I say about Justin Bird? Justin came to me about 2 or 3 years ago, and he had an idea and wanted to know if I'd support him. And I said, sure, I can't give you a lot of money, but anything we can do to help, we will. So he got this upon himself, and he's had some help around the community. I think Larry Henry helped, gave you some paintings and different things. Alan Williams, everyone's around the school, Jay Henninger, Bob Butcher. So there's been a lot of people helping support him. This is a professional historian here. He's in training at the University of Evansville to be a historian, and he's just done a tremendous job. I just can't say nothing about it. In 1970, I wasn't superintendent here. I was a senior in high school at West Washington, just about 45 miles to the east of here. And I felt a close kinship with these guys because we're the same age, and through the Bedford paper and the Louisville paper, I followed them and kept up with them. I really didn't become a Loogootee fan, though,
until we were knocked out of the sectional, and they started advancing through the tournament, and I rooted for them all the way through the Final Four. And when I got to meet these guys after I moved here, I felt like I've known them all my life. I recognized names. The 1975 team I saw play at the Washington Regional, and I thought they were a great team, very good on the defense. Wagner couldn't shoot then, he can't shoot now. I've also told that he never passed the ball, but I saw him pass once tonight, so I've got to give him credit for that. So I'll close with this. For the 1970 team and cheerleaders, the 1975 team and cheerleaders, except for Mike Wagner, no school Monday.
Our next individual probably doesn't need any introduction. Justin, if you would come out and say a few words. We're about to wrap it up. I know some of you didn't march, but Justin Burke.
Thank you all very much. Don't I feel weird? I bowed before I gave a speech. I just wanted to thank all of you guys for coming out tonight. I know that our process has taken a number of months over the past. Fortunately, we brought it all together, and I'd like to thank you all once again for helping to make this night the success that it was. Thank you. I'd also like to thank a couple of other people who, without this night wouldn't have happened. I know Mr. Steve Perez went his publication and advertising of this event. I know that a 21-year-old kid trying to advertise something doesn't carry as much emphasis as an athletic director. And I'd like to thank him for that. Scott Wagner got the tickets that you guys bought tonight. I'd like to thank him for that. It's just been a great time to be alive. I truly say that. I know that whenever this whole thing started, it was over the summer of 2000. I was going to WRCR to try to get some archives from my senior year, sectional and regional from 1998. I know Alan Williams came out with a whole box of reel-to-reel audio tapes that Paul Larkin had kept while he was still alive. And Alan told me that he couldn't get them transferred to cassette tape. He said that with the reel-to-reel player that they had there, it didn't have adjustable speed and the view or sound real slow. They had chipmunk voices. And I had an idea. I know that Eddie's at home got a 1976 Sears Roebuck reel-to-reel player with adjustable speeds. With that machine, we were able to save all but 2 of Paul's reels onto cassette. And I've given an archive to the school. Then I went through the process of interviewing and talking with these people. I know that in March of this year, I was talking with Jim Trout, and he posed the idea that we might need to organize something like this, and that's where it all comes from.
It's your fault.
But I tell you folks, these past few months, it has been truly great to be alive. I thank you all so much for your willingness to help me out with this little project. God bless you all, and thank you again.
Then to conclude our program, we have an individual who's kind of stayed in the background. I think he felt like tonight was the players' night. Their accomplishment should be showcased. I too travel around or have been in a different area for the past 20 years. And people ask what it's like coaching under Butcher, what you learned, what you didn't learn. Probably mental toughness would have to be as good an adjective. He is mentally tough. He is a hard-nosed so-and-so at times. He's stubborn and he's set in his ways. But I tell them probably the most unique ability that he had sitting on the bench is that he could detect and suspect things going wrong on the floor and make the correction long before any other coach knew what was going on. Some coaches are bench coaches and not practice coaches. Some are practice coaches and not bench coaches.
Jack has a unique combination of being both a practice coach and an excellent bench coach, along with being stubborn, hard-headed, opinionated, and set in his ways. So with no further ado, I introduce the most successful and winningest basketball coach in Indiana, Coach Jack Whitman. Thank you, Mr. Nunze. You know, I was talking to somebody out at the golf course the other day, and they asked me, you had a guy named Tim Nunze, your assistant, one time, yeah. So how old was he?
Payback.
And I said he was hard-headed, stubborn, set in his ways. But other than that, he's a pretty good coach. I too want to thank 75 and 70 team for showing up tonight, even though I've always been against this. I'd rather it would have ended in a tie. And I was glad when it was over, in that I didn't want to see any more people on crutches. But it worked out fine, and I think it's well worth the time they spent in coming here, and all of you people. I was sitting up there a moment ago and thinking that we have about as big a crowd here tonight as we oftentimes do at our ball greens in recent years. But our fans have always been special. I often think that the vast majority of the people in this town have supported and do support our athletic program. And our fans have been very responsible in all the success that we have enjoyed. I know when you look around at other schools, as you travel, you know, just last year, for example, at Green Gap in our Senate State effort, you know, we had the best fans, bar none, and that has not changed, going all the way back to 1970 and earlier. And I too want to thank the cheerleaders. They too are special. They do a great job and have done a great job. I've often said, someone alluded to the 70 team and how they came together. I've often said that the cheerleaders played a very, very important role in that year and bringing the team and the school and the community together, and they certainly are indebted to that. And I might also mention this guy over here, Lee Kavanaugh. Lee has kept the clock for years, you know. He didn't get the damn thing shut off tonight to ride home either. Some things never change, but Lee, you know, he's been a grade school coach of ours. Well, I don't know. He left. He was a grade school coach here one time, and then he left and went to Jasper. One time we needed a grade school coach again, and Tim and I went down to Lee's house in Jasper, talking him into coming back to Loogootee. So he's been a very important part of our program. We've never moved him up, you know, to the freshman or B team because we always wanted him in the grade school because he taught the fundamentals. And he continues to help us in that area today. But I said, you know, this group of individuals were special, both 70 and 75, but in a very realistic sense, every team that ever goes through here are
special groups of individuals. 19 last year, for example, those individuals came together and made a great run. And could very well have been the state final game again. Mr. Wagner and Mr. Smith watched the adequate tape of the game here recently, and they both come back complaining about a couple of calls that could have made a difference. So many times it does just take, a little luck from time to time. And it was a special group as well. Sitting up here, I thought about several things that I still talk about. Some of our players, even this year probably, have heard me talk about Tony Smith. Tony Smith, in a game against Barbary in the sectional, very close ball game. I don't know who stole the ball. Did you steal it from you, Tony? I don't know who he stole it from. But very, very key period of time in the game. They stole the ball, Barbary stole the ball for a breakaway late. Most players would have, dropped their head and given up and gone down and threw the ball in and come back to play. Tony sprinted down the floor, passed the guy up, stole the ball, and brought it back up the floor. That broke Barbary's back. It really did. It really did, and we went on to win the ball game, obviously. They still hear me talk about it in defense when we're trying to emphasize defense. Chris Birch, right here. I remember well, Chris wasn't a star. He'll admit that. But he did get in the game. We probably should have got him in more often, given the fact that we had a lead frequently. Shouldn't have came out quite that way. But we put Chris in, and he came out, even though we were quite comfortable, he came out, played the defense, wouldn't let the guy shoot, wouldn't let him pass it. And our fans, I can remember it as if it was yesterday, our fans cheered Chris. And, we talk about the stars, but the guys on the bench are just as important and just as significant and contribute just as much as the stars do. And many times the guys on the bench go on and are just as successful as the rest of the guys. So, I don't know, anything else on here to be smart on it? Yeah, there's one. Say, what the hell are you doing shooting a 3-point shot? I couldn't get him to hit the damn leg. Well, I'll tell some of you the story about Sager. Sager tried to cut his hand off and shot. What year was that? We were still down in the old gym. He said it's 68. And, of course, it was pretty bad shape, a lot of stitches, pretty sore. And I wasn't going to let him rest. So we put a basketball goal up on the stage, on the wall up there, and wrote Segerville on it, and made him come up and practice left-handed. Why don't you try to get off? Well, you get the point. And I might say something else about Sager. He moves like a superintendent, doesn't he? And I think that's all I got to say. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Jack. Jack kind of stole some of my words here for the end with Coach Lee Cavanaugh. I've kidded Lee for a long time. I roomed with Lee in college, 522 South 7. Lee, I went up there the other day, pick up some truck parts, and 522 still there. That dog you used to harass in that yard, it's still there. But he has been with Loogootee basketball also. He's tired to bark on a tree. Watches every nickel. The buffalo blinks its eyes when it comes out of his pocket. But he does teach fundamentals, and he is loyal. And as I say, Lee, I kid you a lot. You do a great job. And in closing, you have got back in Loogootee, a kid that was a senior the first year I taught school, several pounds lighter then, but an excellent competitor. And I think getting Steve Brett back as your athletic director is a great asset to the school corporation. Thanks for helping arrange this, and as Justin said, an athletic director's release has a little more power than just a little kid. But you'll get older, Justin. Again, to the fans, thanks for coming out. We've enjoyed it. The guys are thirsty. You may go break training now. We'll see you.